Okay, next you're gonna have to remove this splash shield, and to do that it would help to have a tool like this. Okay, what you want to do is you want to pop up the middle part of the screw, lift that up, and then stick this underneath the entire screw head and then pop it out. Okay, it's important that you got to get the middle screw popped out first for this type of plastic fastener. If you don't have one of these, you can use a screwdriver. Okay, so let's go over what we have. This is the tensioner pulley. You gotta put a 13mm socket and rotate it clockwise. And then you see these two holes here. You're gonna turn this clockwise until these two holes line up. And then you're gonna stick a Allen wrench or screwdriver in there. Just make sure it's in there deep enough, you know, a couple 3 inches. Because if that pops out, there's a lot of tension in this belt, and if that pops out in the middle of you taking out the belt or putting the belt back in, it can really hurt your fingers. Okay, so make sure you put something very sturdy in there. Belt out, now check all the pulleys, spin them with your hand, and if any one of them makes any noise or it's not spinning evenly, you probably want to replace those. And for the upper and lower idler pulley, it just takes a 13mm socket to remove the center bolt, so it's quite easy to replace. Okay, so AC Delco. This is the one I bought. This is the brand new one. If you actually look at the, I thought the belt was actually pretty good, but if you actually look at the thickness very carefully, the old one is noticeably more thinner. Okay, so I think it was good that I replaced this. Also make sure the length is identical. Okay. All right, and make sure you have the correct dry belt routing diagram handy with you. It's kind of logical, but it can get confusing. So it's better to have a diagram in front of you when you're putting this back. Okay. When you're putting the belt back in, make sure the ribbed side goes inside, okay? Okay, it's put back in. Once it's put back in, notice that for me to put it back in at the end, I started with the routing the belt at the top here. Okay, that's the power steering pump, and then routed the rest of the way, and then I left this one on the lower idler pulley to be the last. Okay, now to get that in there, it was tight, so I had to tighten this again. Not really tighten, but you know what I mean. Had to turn it clockwise. Okay, that'll give extra room for the belt, and it's easy to slide over this. If you try to leave this as the last one, it's a tougher edge to get over. This one is easier because there's a rounded edge here, so the belt will slide over more easily. One more caution, it's very easy to route this belt below, I don't know what this thing that's sticking out here on my tip of my finger. Okay, it's very easy to route that underneath it, so don't do that. Okay, you want the belt to go over it, above it. If you route it below it, one, you're probably going to have trouble getting the belt back on, and if you do route it underneath, it'll probably tear the belt within seconds or minutes of you starting the car. Okay, so I need my two hands to rotate this and pull out the Allen wrench there. Okay, at this point, feel around and just make sure the belt is sitting properly in all the objects that it's running through. Okay, it's very easy to get the belt to stick out. You want to make sure you check all the points and make sure it's routed in, you know, it's sitting in the right place. Okay, and so far it looks good.